Good morning, everyone. Hope you're well. It's Has here, and today I'd like to address a topic in Ni no Kuni that I'm personally quite upset about and is causing me to have significantly less fun than at least the time I spent on the Taiwan version of the game. And this feature I'd like to talk about is Territe. Now let's start by saying, if you didn't know, Territe is an addition to the global version of the game, and the Korean, Japanese, or Taiwan versions do not have this or anything else like it in their game. It's a straight up bonus edition and all just for global players. Territe is a currency that we use to upgrade, strengthen our equipment, or evolve our familiars, and to craft new items. I might be missing a few more mechanics it's used for, but frankly this is already too much and enough for what I'm trying to tell. Territe is also a currency that can be converted into NKT tokens in Netmarble's blockchain system, and you can potentially make real-life money with it, though you will be slowed down in progressing since it's used for upgrading your characters, and you also have to buy a new currency called Black Diamonds in order to take money out of the game, so it also costs you a fee. How do you acquire Territe? Each player also has Territe energy that's connected to your account that is given to you every single day, and its maximum limit can be increased by leveling up and reaching higher character grades such as level 20, 40, or 60. What Territe energy means is that until you still have energy, you're able to acquire Territe, and the higher your energy is, the faster Territe is supposed to drop. I believe this is supposed to be exponential, but we don't really have details about it. I've heard some people say Territe energy is basically how much Territe you can have, which is theoretically true I guess, but at least in its current state of the game, that's impossible as the drop rates are so low that 1. You'll never get that much, or 2. The more Territe you get, the less energy you have and thus less Territe you will acquire, slowing it down even more. The only place you can actively farm Territe right now are the Chaos Fields, where monsters have a chance to drop it, and it's frankly abysmally slow. Though keep in mind that the higher levels you reach in the Chaos Fields, the more will drop, so right now we're not really supposed to get a lot of them. It will get better later, but still, it's not a very good system. Another place you can acquire Territe apart from the daily 50 reward the game gives you is the Familiar Adventure minigame, where you can have a chance to spawn Territes, and you can mine it with your familiars for a random amount that will also increase as we get stronger. Now, why do I think Territe is a problem? My base opinion on why Territe is bad is simply that the Korean version of the game doesn't have it. And the whole reason it was added into the global one is to create real-life monetary value to your time and progression in Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds. It adds nothing to the game, and only takes away from its quality as a video game. Currently, most players will have already experienced the Territe wall that they simply cannot level further as we are running out of this resource, even though we have everything else that would allow us to continue playing on the other servers. Additionally, the way Territe energy works, it encourages players to constantly farm for this resource, otherwise you are wasting your Territe energy, especially if it's on its limits. Or, you're unable to gain Territe to continue upgrading your character, influencing what you can do in your free time with the game, instead of letting you enjoy a variety of different activities or even farming locations, such as for gold or certificate tickets for more experience that actually have in-game meaning. It's not a made-up roadblock for pay-to-earn mechanics. On top of all of this, if you're wasting Territe energy and you're not farming for Territe, the game's message is technically that you're wasting actual money, however much that might be, and each time you choose fun instead of Territe mining, they put this notion in the back of your mind while playing a video game, which is downright toxic. It's also horrible for free-to-play players. Another problem that Territe introduced to the game is that it seems to replace diamonds for free-to-play players. If the rumors and reports I'm seeing is true, the Familiar Adventure that used to be the #1 source for gathering a very good chunk of diamonds for free-to-play players, and it seems they replaced the significant diamond source for Territe instead. The reason why I'm furious about this, if it's really true, is that this was one of the reasons the game was somewhat free-to-play friendly. It was its steady flow of diamonds or enjoying the game at your own pace, which is technically now removed, and it's replaced by a useless resource that has absolutely no other reason of existing other than to block your progression and make money out of playing this video game. Let's analyze this further. In Korea, all players are allowed to progress as far as they can, and that their in-game resources and gold allows. As long as you have the materials, you can craft as much as you like, and level up and pace yourself as much as you like. Additionally, every day each player has a chance to get dozens to hundreds of diamonds from the Familiar Adventure for free that you can save up or spend as they like on the shop items, or gacha, or refreshes, or to spend on highly valuable energy potions that let you progress faster. Now let's take a look at how this exact thing is on global. Currently, each player is limited by how much they can craft or level up by the amount of Territe they own, since you also have to choose. To increase this, they are forced to farm non-stop, even more than in Korea, to keep up with the Territe and make an already grindy Korean MMORPG grindier, which is quite an achievement. You have to choose between keeping steady progress, crafting new items, or having fun with the game at a steady pace, or even taking breaks. As a bonus, global players no longer get diamonds from the familiar adventure that you can choose how to spend, but instead, you gain Territe. Now with this Territe, you can choose to either spend it on your character progression or crafting, you have to choose, or you sell it to other players and convert it to diamonds that you can use in the in-game shop. But even that will require you to spend money on the game, since you have to buy black diamonds in order to take Territe out of the game as a fee. So however I look at it, it seems not only they are making you choose between progression or crafting and gameplay that's not present in the base game, but they also took away your free diamonds, and now you have to choose instead if you want to progress or gain diamonds or whatever you want to spend your Territe on, and actually pay more money by buying black diamonds. As it currently stands, Territe is a forced roadblock that was added for the global version of the game just so they can turn Ni no Kuni into a video game with a blockchain system, and it adds no value whatsoever to the game as a video game, but only serves the purpose of a pay-to-earn feature, objectively making it a worse video game than what it is in Korea or Japan. Right now, players have to choose whether they constantly want to grind for Territe in the Chaos Fields or take a break from the game or just do whatever else fun activity with their kingdoms or just in the open world. Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds is already grindy, and Territe only makes it grindier and sucks the joy out of anything it touches, either by encouraging people to do more meaningless grind just for the sake of this blockchain and burnout, or in case of PvP, encourage toxic competition for scraps of Asterite that gives access to the most broken PvP items exclusive to just the global version of this game, and ruin an otherwise fun, casual PvP mode for weekly rewards. Something needs to change. While I understand there are people who encourage pay-to-earn games and blockchain systems, I respect you and I hear you. As a video game enthusiast, on the other hand, I cannot in good conscience say this is a good system or healthy in any way for Ni no Kuni or its community. I'll not say it should be completely removed. I understand the system was probably very expensive and a long time to create, but in its current form, it's only degrading the game's quality, it's only making it more boring, more grindy, and more unhealthy for anyone playing or touching it, and I strongly think it should be heavily reworked. I want this game to be successful. I truly think this is a fun game. The Korean and Japanese versions are successful now for a year, and I want that version for global players too, because we deserve nothing less. And this is certainly a subpar experience compared to what I experienced in Taiwan. Let me know what you think on this matter. Whether you agree or you think I'm an idiot, I'm open to all sides as long as you keep it respectful. I personally hope we'll see a change, and I believe there is a solution for all sides to be happy at the end, but the current way is not it. Thank you for listening, everyone, and I'll see you all the next time.